That sign out front is no lie. You will heart Petra too. I mean, what's not to love? They carved an ancient rock city into the side of mountains like hundreds of years ago. They built buildings and tombs and an amphitheater, and they made this place the center of the Arab kingdom. Now it's an important archaeological site and the most visited tourist attraction in Jordan. And what an iconic site this is. Movie buffs know this as the final scene of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. History buffs know this as one of the 7 wonders of the world. But before you come here, there's something you got to know about Petra. There's a good chance you'll be hassled, harassed, and harangued by locals if you come here. Even young kids, aggressive, intimidating, demanding. It will sully your memory of this otherwise amazing place. We're taking a look at this one-of-a-kind tourist attraction, the good and the bad, in this episode of Window Seat. There is gold in this famed desert, and they have packaged it up, sold tickets to it, and set up every gift shop you can imagine trying to capitalize on it. That's the first thing you'll notice at the entrance to Petra. This is a big moneymaker for the Jordanians, and it'll cost you about $70 US just to get through the gates to visit this UNESCO World Heritage Site. Once you've forked over the money, you'll start the long trek down the Sikh. This is the ancient main road leading to the city of Petra. It's a narrow slot canyon with 80-foot-tall walls and a slim path suitable for man or beast.
The original paved road from the 1st century BC, and here this is modern concrete few weeks BC.
The nearly mile-long walk through the canyon is breathtaking as you're surrounded by pink sandstone cliffs smoothed by water and time. And with each corner, your anticipation builds, knowing the beauty, history, and archaeological magnificence that awaits you at the path's end. This is the part of Petra you should really enjoy because for the most part you're left alone. Scammers and hucksters won't bother you until you reach the ancient city. So take in the views here. Take a ride on a horse-drawn carriage. Soak in the sights. And then, before you know it, as the path narrows even more, through a small slit in the canyon walls, you see it. Your first glimpse of this primordial wonder. There it is, the Treasury building, Petra's most iconic rock-carved behemoth, and a sight you will never forget. Carved directly into the side of a cliff, the 130-foot-tall Greek-inspired ruins will leave your jaw on the dusty canyon floor. The famed Treasury building, it turns out, was never an actual treasury. It was a beautiful and ornate tomb, which, because of its masterful carvings and location, make it Petra's most memorable spot. Unfortunately, this beautiful location is where you'll run into the ugly truth about Petra. The site is overlorded by locals, many of them children, tasked with harassing visitors for more money and deciding who can climb the rocks and who can't based on whether you fork over any cash. It quickly spoils the allure of this place. As we climbed to a higher vantage point to get a better glimpse of the treasury, we were pestered by a group of kids who said we couldn't get through because we didn't give them any money. We didn't get them on video, but we did barrel past them without filling their pockets. The harassment continued, though, until the group finally moved on to a fresh group of unsuspecting tourists. Lest you think we are the only ones this happened to, we are not. Scan the reviews for Petra on your favorite travel site, and you'll see a familiar theme. Visitors harangued by these aggressive, cruel, dangerous people pretending to be Bedouins. One family described it as a 6-hour-long assault that left them drained. It is not fun, believe us. Once you finally make it past the scammers, you can really start to appreciate the history and beauty of this place. Petra was once the capital of the Nabatean kingdom until the Romans invaded and took over in 100 AD. At the crossroads of Arabia, Egypt, and Phoenicia, this was a major place for caravans during Roman times. But as the years passed, the city's importance dwindled, and it was eventually abandoned and forgotten. And get this, since it wasn't really marked on modern maps, it was essentially hidden to the Western world for 500 years. until in the 19th century a Swiss explorer discovered this place by accident. Imagine that. Now, 250,000 people a year make a sojourn to the desert to take in this prehistoric city and its vast collection of tombs, religious buildings, and gathering places, half built and half carved in those sandstone cliffs. The ruins stretch on for nearly 40 miles through these canyons, along riverbeds, and up the sides of mountains. We didn't venture that far through the city, just far enough to take in its most unforgettable sights, like the amphitheater, which once welcomed crowds of more than 8,000 people, and the scores of ancient tombs lining the path through town. Intrigue is what led us to this place, the mystery of a city forgotten by time and mankind, frozen in stone, so that we could appreciate it hundreds of years after it was a thriving metropolis. If you first saw Petra as we did, as the place Indiana Jones gulped from the Holy Grail, this city has held a mystique for decades, somewhere we always wanted to come and are so glad we did. And you should come here too. Just imagine, though, that you're going off on the most aggressive telemarketer who ever rang your phone, and use that same voice on the locals who will demand your money and zap your enthusiasm. You can handle them.
Really? Yeah.
I promise.